Hi, this is Dr. Kat Shrier, Success Tsunami mobile journalist, your MoJo, be in the know with the MoJo. And we are here live at Success Tsunami 2014 in Myrtle Beach with the great Steve Olsher, who is talking to us today about joint venture. we actually covered a lot of ground today, and it was a tremendous presentation. And where we started was I was about to hold up. This is a book that we all got. What is your what? Which is one of the critical first steps that we talk about in Success Tsunami in developing a business. Actually, you want to touch on this first, and then
I mean, this is the core question, and this is the main question that we all have to answer, which is, what is your what? How are you naturally wired to excel? And I'm not big on passion. I mean, I think passion is sort of a whole different discussion. This is really all about what's in your DNA. It's that which has chosen you as opposed to that which you've chosen. And so, to be able to answer the question, what is your what? There's three parts. One is you have to be clear on what your gifts are. And most of us have like a core gift, so your core gift might be communication. And then you have the vehicle. What vehicle are you going to use to share those gifts with the world? And then the third piece are the people. So who are the people that you're most compelled to serve? And it's the combination of those three answers that empowers you to be able to answer the question, what is your what? And so it's much more than just like what you love to do, what you're passionate about. It's got nothing to do with it. We don't need any more cupcake stores. Thank you. But we're all naturally wired to excel in very specific ways, and that's what's internal, right? Your why is kind of everything that's external. Your what is everything that's internal.
That's fabulous. And this is a critical first step for what the gist of your presentation today was on in terms of creating partnerships. Yeah. And you gave, first as an example, one very powerful partnership, which was an earlier book of yours on internet profits, profits with a PH.
Yeah, PROPHETS, yeah, exactly.
So tell us a little bit about how that came together.
So internet profits, the world's release, which we do how to profit online. It's my second book, and I believe in author land, we write the book that we most need. And so even though I've been online since 1993, I found myself with more questions and answers in terms of how to really take advantage of what you can do online. And so I sought out 25 of the world's leading experts. And the same names kept coming up over and over again. And some of them said no, but I was able to get 25 of them to say yes to an interview. And I took that interview and created book chapters from that about their specific area of expertise. So it's not an anthology, they didn't know the chapters, I did it based on the interviews, but ultimately it covers the gamut of really how to take full advantage of the online world. And it's a couple of years old now, and some of it, of course, is not necessarily timely, but most of it is still as applicable today as it was when it was written.
Now, one of the things that really applies to particularly this audience here at Success Tsunami is so many people who are starting out, who are trying to really make a name for themselves, of what were you able to get out of it, both in terms of your list, in terms of monetary return, and in terms of just who showed up and why.
Right. So, a number of questions there. So, first and foremost, it enabled me, empowered me to really land on the map. The people who I interviewed, they had no idea who I was. Before I met them and interviewed them, I was nobody, right, in terms of their world. But the idea was to add value first, right? To say, hey, here is something I'm working on. I'd love for you to be a part of it, and all I need is an hour of your time for an interview. So to them, I was like, sure, I'll give you an hour. Some people didn't know, but I'll give you an hour. Or, if the book does really great, then I'll give a lot of exposure, and if the book does poorly, then it's an hour of my time. But what it empowered me to do was to really forge relationships with people that I had never met, and gave me the opportunity to just get into this world of partnerships that I had never been before. And it was crazy because all of them emailed their lists about the book, and I asked them, hey, when we do a book launch, if we did like a big book launch party, would you come and speak? And before I knew it, 19 of the 25 said yes, and then I created this whole event called Internet Profits Live, as a result of that. And the first year we had 29 different speakers, including many of the people that most folks know now. I mean, some of the most well-known internet marketers. So,
and one of the things that you've done from that is really, in your other experiences, is develop a system for people to create different types of partnerships as part of their business.
Yeah.
What are the things that you recommend to people to think about as different types of partnerships, and what do they need to get into?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's three main partnership types of joint ventures, affiliates, and alliances, and each have their own nuances and each are easily learnable, but it takes time. And so, because of what I've been able to do and grow my list and make inroads in ways that, frankly, others have taken a long time to do, and I was able to do in a really short period of time, folks kept asking questions like, how are you doing this? What do you do this? So I created the partnership formula, which is the course that teaches people how to master and leverage the art of joint ventures, affiliates, and alliances. And I literally have added over 100,000 names to the list since I started working with those people, and it's amazing how when you connect with the right people, things can happen that you never dreamed of. So it's been a really interesting journey over the last few years.
How's coming to an event like Success Tsunami, both for folks in the room and for folks who are speaking? How is that a part of that partnership area?
You got to meet people. I mean, you gotta look people in the eye. You gotta shake their hand, right? I mean, you have to shake their hand, and that's the only way to do it. I mean, you can call people, you can email people, but ultimately you got to get out from behind the computer, get out from behind the desk, and go meet people, go talk to people.
And there are people that you met here for the first time face to face?
There are.
Like who?
Well, Jay Passett is a good example. Marisa Mergertor, is another example. And so, yeah, I mean, people who I've known about and kind of sort of dance in the same circles with, but have never met. And so this was a great opportunity to meet some of those folks. Even Ronnie, I mean, I've met Ronnie once before, and so it's the second time, and it's just it's a whole different experience when you're face-to-face with people.
Excellent, excellent. Well, hopefully we'll see you all face-to-face with us, either here at Success Tsunami 2014, so come on down to Myrtle Beach this week, or keep watching for more interviews with the speakers. Dr. Shrier, your MoJo, Steve Olsher, so your website is?
So a couple of main sites. So Steve Olsher, OLSHER.com is the main site, and if you want a free copy of What Is Your What? Discover the one amazing thing you were born to do, you can go to whatisyourwhat.com/free and grab a free copy.
Excellent. Visit us at successtsunami2014.com. Join the Facebook page, the open group Facebook page at Success Tsunami 2014, and follow us on Twitter at Success Tsunami. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.